Town settles lawsuit over public records, Miami Herald. The Cutler Bay Town Council has unanimously approved a resolution to settle with Citizens Awareness Foundation Incorporated, CAFI, regarding claims that the town violated Florida's public records law. CAFI served the town with a lawsuit on February 13 after its executive director, Joel Chandler, entered the clerk's office at City Hall and requested a record that showed the town's most recent transaction with the Florida League of Cities. According to Chandler, he was prompted to fill out a public records request form that would have made him disclose personal information, a violation of Chapter 119 of the Florida statutes. The town settled and will pay $2,250 for CAFI's attorney's fees. It should have been a really simple request to fulfill, Chandler said. A copy of an invoice or a canceled check or something. The lady behind the counter insisted that I make my public records request using a form. When I asked her if that was her policy or something she wanted me to do, she made it clear that it was a town policy. But the town's mayor, Ed McDougall, believes that the foundation may have other motives. According to the law, you have to say specifically, "Yes, we can do that for you," McDougall said. The clerk comes out and they have to be able to provide the information. It's really obscure. Then they turn around and they sue you for $2,000 or $2,500. They hit every single city for attorney's fees. We opted to just pay it. It's one of those nuisance things and it's a shame that attorneys do that. CAFI also has sued Florida City, Pinecrest, and Homestead, among other cities in Miami-Dade County. Mitchell Bierman, who serves as the attorney for Cutler Bay and Pinecrest, said his firm, Y. Sirota, represents a number of cities where similar events have happened throughout Miami-Dade County, Broward County, and elsewhere. This has happened in at least 3 of our cities that we represent, Bierman said. All 3 of the cities had a similar experience where individuals requested a particular document that most cities would have available. Through various circumstances, the plaintiffs alleged that they were denied the document they wanted, had to wait, or a similar claim to Cutler Bay. In each case, they made a low settlement demand that was perhaps calculated to be lower than what the city may incur defending a lawsuit, and in each case the city settled, Bierman said. CAFI, which has an office in Deerfield Beach, was incorporated on January 27. Attorney William Ring incorporated the nonprofit and is listed as an initial officer/director with the Florida Division of Corporations. Cutler Bay also agreed to display a copy of the 2014 edition of the Government in the Sunshine Manual in the lobby of its town hall for 1 year, in exchange for the claims being dropped. They just find a little place where they can collect money and that's what they do, McDougall said. I think it's shameful and disgusting, but you can either spend $25,000 defending it and maybe lose or pay it off. Unfortunately, what we decided as a commission was the business side of it. You don't waste the taxpayers' money on something that you may not even win. McDougall said that he believes the lawyers are using a loophole to extract money from taxpayers, because they can. But Chandler contends that the privately funded nonprofit foundation, made up of 3 board members with various backgrounds, has not pocketed 1 cent. The foundation hasn't collected a penny, Chandler said. Not 1 cent. That's utter nonsense. Our attorneys got paid just like theirs got paid. The idea that we are doing this to collect attorneys' fees is nonsensical. I don't make any more money or less money. I get a salary and I don't get paid a bonus for litigating. The reason we litigate is because apparently the mayor and town council is not taking seriously their commitment to the Florida Constitution and the people's right to know. That's the problem. If people like the mayor or town council of Cutler Bay don't like what we do, then obey the law. Chandler said that he has personally filed more than 200 public records lawsuits before joining CAFI in January. He previously worked as a copy machine salesman. I'm sorry that the mayor wants to blame shift, Chandler said. But if the mayor wants to see the genesis of the problem or why the law should happen, he might want to stand in front of a mirror. We want them to fix the problem, Chandler said. We're not looking for opportunities to sue people. We are looking for people to start doing the right thing. Share this.
So our last topic is what's happening in Tallahassee about your right to know, or really how Tallahassee is drawing the shades on open government. It's funny how when you talk to people who are in government, they always talk about transparency and how important transparency is, and then they get into office and guess what, they want to go behind closed doors and work things out in secret and not have public input and then come out and tell you what's good for you. So, you know, a number of things are happening up there. The Speaker of the House, Richard Corcoran, promised great transparency this year in the budget, and everything had to be in a bill. So what they do? They went behind closed doors with the Senate and not only talked about the budget, they talked about policy issues on education, on health care, on the environment, on gambling. Major public policy issues are being discussed behind closed doors without us getting a chance to tell you or you seeing firsthand what's going on. But it's not just how the legislature works. They want to send this practice down to local government. They're passed a bill in the Senate that would let 2 members of a local government board that has more than 5 members meet in secret and talk to one another and not keep any minutes or have any agenda or tell anybody they're meeting, so they could daisy chain. They could talk, you talk to him, it's like a game of telephone tag. So they could be deciding things in secret without anybody knowing. And it's not just that. They want to keep the names of witnesses to crimes, to murder, secret. Imagine that. They want to keep the names of witnesses to murder secret. The defendant now will find out. Supposedly people don't come forward because, you know, they're scared. But they're going to tell the defendant. They have to tell the defendant to get a fair trial. It's just the rest of us to know how is government working, how's the prosecution working, or, you know, what's their record. They want to keep that secret. They want to keep who's applying to be the president of a university secret. That's an age-old one. They say, oh, we're not going to get any good candidates if everybody knows who they are. Like we don't have any good university presidents in Florida under the way the system is now. And now, worst of all, there's a bill that would allow those who've been charged with felonies and misdemeanors, if they're found not guilty, that they are, or the state attorney decides not to prosecute, that all of their records are sealed. Now think about that. People found not guilty, people like George Zimmerman, people like Casey Anthony, people like O.J. Simpson, who have been people who have a series of gang-related charges, but they weren't found guilty because the prosecutor couldn't make their case. Any record that they've been arrested and charged with a crime would be gotten away with. This is those who say they believe in transparency want to make happen. And so guess what? On that last one, several of these are going to Governor Rick Scott, who likes to keep secret who he's meeting with, where he's flying to. So Florida's got a strong tradition of open government, but right now our Sunshine Law is under attack, and we should all be outraged about it.
Yeah. How do you really feel about this?
I am outraged.
I know.
It's awful.
I just want to say I've always been proud. I've always been proud that Florida had some of the best open record laws in the state. I mean, even going way back to journalism school, we had whole classes on that, and that was always something that I thought this state should be proud of, that the public is entitled to a lot of information, and that's just changing.
Yes. Yeah, no, they say they can't get anything done. Well, they're getting stuff. Look at some of the stuff they get done, and then they just want to pull it out and surprise us.
Well, I was going to ask, you know, one question we've been getting a lot the last couple of days is there anything Trump can do? What can he do at this point to really turn around what he's doing in office? I mean, you've seen a lot of gaffes early.
He doesn't feel like he has to turn around anything in office. That's the thing. He thinks he's doing fine.
Do you think he really believes that?
I don't know. I do.
Yeah. I think that when
his ego is such,
looks at the number of executive orders he's signed and the number of laws, even if they're to name a post office, you know, the number of laws he's gotten passed, I think he does. You know, my My recommendation to him, if I could, would be to say to focus on one thing and get it right. You know, it's not the quantity of what you do, it's the quality. And explain yourself. I mean, but, you know, he's never been very good at explaining himself. But I would pick infrastructure. I think we all believe our highways and bridges and, you know, need to be repaired. So start where we all agree and get something done there.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, the question is, does he want to, like what Gary said, does he believe that he's doing everything right? I don't think he does. I know he says that, and that's kind of his image. I think the infrastructure is a great one. Bipartisan. I mean, I think there are some people on the right that don't want to spend any government money.
Right.
But I think that infrastructure is something we need. That's something he promised. And I do believe that Trump at his heart, I think he is a moderate. And I think he could govern like that if he wanted to. But he's just, he still has a lot to learn.
Right.
I think he'll see his numbers change when the administration starts to focus on things that affect us on a local level. You want to see your numbers change? Help us with health care. Get people the money that they need to pay for the services that they need. The infrastructure is another good thing. Help people on the local level and you'll start to see
Yeah, he kind of
change.
misread healthcare too, though.
Just a little.
To be the first thing that he wanted to go after there.
But thank God he's saying that whatever is proposed, pre-existing conditions, you can't be denied coverage for if you have a pre-existing condition. But then the question is, okay, you can have a pre-existing condition, but if you do, you're in this group and everybody else is over there, and if you're in this group, your premiums are sky high. It's got to be affordable.
Right. Here's one, one challenge for Trump is I could see him actually, if he gets frustrated with the far right, trying to work with Democrats if he's a deal maker. He says he is, but I wonder if Democrats at this point, the way he's approached everything, if they would even try to work with him, or if they'd say, you know what, let's just wait till the next election.
Well, you know, yeah, it's broken.
American voters to
he was going to change how Washington worked.
Yeah, he's only made it more. It's only more polarizing.
Hey, Charlotte County. This is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I found that I had to make a change this ending on my videos, letting you know about the channel and fair use laws. You know, how we can report on other people's reporting and how it's good, how it's bad. Etc. But you guys can look it up yourself. It is legal. It's in there. But like I've told you before, that I've been cut off from making money on YouTube for 4 years. It's really weird, bizarre, but they cut the money off, but they said you can keep the channel, and now YouTube makes all the money. And if you get bored, plug it into Social Blade website, and you'll see that they are making a huge amount off the site. Right now it's at 63 million views, 53,000 subscribers, almost 3 million views a month. You know, trying to wake people up, and I make nothing. In fact, I got a customer that's ex-congressman. He said if I could ever find a lawyer, sue YouTube on it. But because this is nuts. 4 hours a day, and to save America. You know, but at the same time, it's worth it. Look at what our founding fathers did. They died for this country. So, but getting back to the money part, this is why I'm redoing the video. Is my dream of everyone giving $1, and it's going to be $53,000 a year, or if they did Patreon, which you know, can be monthly. That is not working. That'd be great if it did. Nothing is perfect. And I appreciate the people that do donate, you know, what they can on PayPal. And there again, I'm letting you guys know that is not much. Is, you know, monthly is, oh my god. So anyways, yes, you cannot live on it. It's very, very, very low amount. But the dollar things, I do appreciate that. But when I first said everybody give $1, that's not working. I'm just letting you guys know it's, yeah, that dream. Everybody gives $1. 53,000 subscribers, it's not working. So yes, if you can give more than that, you know, I appreciate it. Like I said, you know, I'm in a unique situation where, you know, we're already debt free, and I'm not rich, but with the little business that we have, I am able to do what I am able to do 45 hours a day, you know, letting you guys know what's going on. In 4 years, I've did the whole thing myself. 12,000 videos on there. I literally get emails where people are like, holy crap, I never knew it was this bad. And it is this bad, and it's getting worse every day because we have the internet, we have cell phones, we have cameras everywhere now, and it's just disgusting what's going on. And then, as you guys know, too, we got Trump, we got Jeff Sessions doing a war on drugs, and now he wants to go after the forfeiture laws again. It's just unfreaking real. So, if you can give more than that dream of everybody giving $1, yeah, that old video, that's not working. They're not. They're just not. So, anyways, if you can give more than that dream is not working. Hardly anybody is giving. There you go. So that's why I'm remaking the video. If you can give more than that would be great. And there again, like I said, the Patreon's there. There is some people on there that are starting to give, but there again, it's very, very low. And like I said, I don't want to get rich off of that. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because, you know, it's still so stinking corrupt. It's not even funny. My court case that I'm going to be paying out of my pocket myself with Charlotte County's coming up. They illegally looked me up and then posted all my information on LEOAFFAIRS website. They basically doxed me, however you want to say that. I forget what the word is, and they outed me, man. And that information on that site went out to 500 sheriffs, deputies, people that work at the jail, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah, it is very, very scary, but we're going to do a federal case, 1983 case, violating freedom of speech. We have 17 cameras in the house now. We got 2 cameras in the car. I always carry a camera plus a cell phone. A lot of people are highly recommending I get a vest now. If I could, if the wife would let me, I would run for sheriff. We are trying to push the thing nationwide right now. Where just to mix it up and to get the topics out there is register to run for sheriff, NPA, no party affiliation, as a write-in, and that is completely free, and you can participate in the elections. And there's a lot of stuff. We got a guy, James McLinnis in Pinellas County, Tampa, who almost won. He experienced the corruption himself. The story is unbelievable. Look him up. It's mind-blowing what they did. It pissed him off. He is very, very smart. He has way more money than I did. He ran for sheriff at the last 3 months last year in 2016 and almost won. He got all of the black vote. And the reason why he did that is because he ran in, I will not bust, we're in Florida, I will not bust anybody for weed anymore unless it's an ungodly huge amount, like pounds. And then he also ran in no more victimless crimes, no more of this freaking road pirate bull crap. And then he was going to cut the budget by 30%. And when you think about that, you can. If you stop the road pirates, you can get rid of a bunch of people. Gone. So, the wife has been saying, yes, I can, yes, I can't. So I don't know. We're trying to find somebody that can do it because I am busy doing this anyways. But, so I'm making a video, like I said, that $1 a month from everybody, you know, for 53,000 subscribers, that is not working. I'm just letting you guys know. Absolutely give way more than $1 a month. If you can, I appreciate anything. By the way, remember too, when you give that, PayPal takes like freaking 15 to 20%, so it's even worse than that. But, and there again, like I'm letting you guys know, it's way, what I get is very, very low. Appreciate it, but it is very, very low. Can't live on it. I'm just, you know, I'm working, and that's what I'm working on. And that court case is going to cost a buttload of money. That's federal court. Just the filing fees and the depositions that we're going to be doing with this corrupt cop. So there's another reason to give. We are going to be doing a deposition with this very corrupt. He was in a drug squad. He is a bad guy. He's on steroids. We heard steroids are rampant here. That's why their attitude is so bad. And we are going to get him on video, and it will be on YouTube. So that case alone is $5,000 just to bring it to court, and that's my money out of my pocket. So there's another reason to give, and give way more than $1 if you can. So keep that in mind. This is the new video, and I see, God, I talk a lot. It's already 7 minutes, but had to make it just to let you know that $1 a month from everybody is not working. They're not doing it. So if you can give more than that, please. So thanks. Keep it up. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends, send me your videos on corruption, and I'll post it.